You know, I'm asked time and time again when I do give talks, Kim, how did you get discovered for telly? Because I was 61, you know.
There's hope for us all, yes, if that happened after you were 60 then.
61, living and cleaning,
Yeah.
on the breadline all the time, like most people are. I was found by a domestic agency, a television company called them up and said, you have a really good cleaner. Oh, Kim Woodburn, you know. And that's how I got the job. And overnight I was famous, making loads of money. I didn't have a bean to bless myself with. We hit it so big so quickly, Ag and I. It was the first show ever been done about cleaning. I think it was unique. You can't be rude to these people because they'll say, get out, you know. So I've got to camp it up and put all my rudeness in a camp way, so I'll get away with it.
Yeah.
You can say, my dear, a bit mucky, dear, aren't you? I mean, come on, love, you know. And I got away with it for the 6 years I did it. I owned it and I loved it.
This country is so often so ridiculously M25 centric.
Yeah.
But actually, I've always found that the further from the M25 you get, the more indulgent decorating becomes. Colour becomes a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And I think that's a sort of a traditional thing. I think it's a climate thing. But I think it's also a just straightforward, bloody-minded independence that actually, just because The Guardian says that pebble shades are in, actually, Cumbria says, do you know what? No, they're not. I've always liked my blueberries and my bilberries and my rich berry colours, and I'm going to stick with those. Thank you very much indeed.
Is there a hairstyle that you could put onto any woman and know that's going to suit her? Is there one hairstyle that's the equivalent of a little black dress?
No, but I can probably go near as damn it, because the little black dress actually is really out there on its own, whereas no matter what great looks you would have, then it's not always going to suit that person's face, or it's always going to have a dated feel to it. However, there are iconic looks. You'll get Purdy in the 70s. In the 80s, you'll have the big supermodels, the Cindy Crawfords and whatever, the big hair. In the 90s, of course, we had some of mine. We had Anthea Turner's. You know, you'll get Meg Ryan's. Then we had the Rachel.
Yeah.
All of those things that all become those kind of iconic looks. And what actually links them is generally they work on young and old.
Britain is the best place in the world to learn about wine. We get a wider range of wines in this country than anywhere else. We import more wine in this country than any other country. Now, someone like America drinks more wine than we do because, well, there's 5 times as many Americans, for God's sake. But most of the wine that they drink is their own wine from America. We've got a very good wine industry developing in the south, by the way, and with global warming, it's spreading north. I've got a friend who makes really quite nice stuff in Yorkshire, for instance.
Excellent. We'll have a vineyard upon Hague Pit in no time, won't we?
Hague Pit, looking southwest, you'd be absolutely, but catch all that lovely evening sun.
Yeah.
You could, honestly, on the slag heap on the other side of Hague Pit, you could shove in some vines.
You know, you've got the 3 children. You've got Christina, who's now a budding singer and doing very well,
That's
and the 2 boys at home.
Thank you.
Have they inherited your talents in the kitchen? Do they like to get in there and muck about with the food as well?
Messing about, no. Because they are, I mean, the youngest is only 2.5, therefore, yeah, I forgive him. But Christina is a superb cook. I mean, she's a great singer, as you know. She produces, she DJ, she writes songs, she performs perfectly. I have never forced Christina to be a cook or a chef, but she's always been around, like the boys. Therefore, whatever they end up to be, bricklayers or doctors or whatever, who knows what they're going to be. Say we know how to cook, say we understand about food. Because to be able to cook, automatically I assume you have a better life, a better social life, a better family life.
I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. Buy a plant, it'll look nice in there. Don't check the soil out or anything. Throw it in there.
Oh.
Is there any hope for me?
A lot of plants come to the UK straight off the boat from Italy or Holland, where they might have been grown in Spain, and they're going to have to get up to speed to get used to living in your garden, aren't they? So if you bought locally, that's the way to go. And the other thing is, sow from seed. You know, there's a lot of flowers that do really well here. Cosmos, calendula, summer flowers. We call them half-hardy annuals. That's the sort of technical term. But chuck a few of those seeds in, and they'll look after themselves. Because plants that grow up in a situation that's difficult from seed are always more robust than plants that you've bought and dobbed in.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because they remember their life in the polytunnel.
Oh, well,
and
there
how
we go
clement
then.
it was. And then they're in your garden and thinking, crikey, what have I done?